Hi guys, it's a beautiful morning and today I'll be making pap known as Akamu or Ogi as well. So I'll be using 3 ingredients which I'll show you in the next clip: the yellow corn, the millet and the guinea corn. So I've sun-dried for a while and now I'm just going to be washing my 3 ingredients today. So I'll take you through it. It's a long process because I have to soak for about 2 days before I'm able to blend and then wash. So I'll just take you guys through the whole process. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that you're notified whenever I drop a video. And let's continue the video. So as you can see, these are my ingredients. I have the yellow corn. I'll be washing that first, so I'll be putting that into my pot now so I can wash. Most people like to wash all 3 together. I like to wash separately. It's better for me that way because the smaller grains, that's the millet and the guinea corn, contains more sand and more stones, so I have to pick that first before I even think of washing. So I'll be doing the washing one by one and I'll start with the yellow corn. So I'm just trying to do my last minute check for any bit of dirt. Most times the millet and the guinea corn tend to float up, like the dirt tend to float up, so I'm just checking that and making sure that I'm removing every last bit of dirt. So I'm going to cover this now and I'm going to leave to sit for 3 days. While sitting for 3 days, I'll change the water each day because I don't want a smelly pap. So day 1 I'll leave it, then day 2 I'll change the water and wash again, and then day 3 I'm going to wash and take to grind. So this is day 3, and you can see the water is different this time because it has properly soaked. So the reason why I soak, or the reason why people soak, is because it helps to soften the corn, because the corn is usually very hard, especially the maize itself. So it helps to really soften the corn, and it will help the grind, it will ease the work of the grinder. That is if you're taking to a grinder. But just in case you don't have a grinder, you can, or you live in diaspora, you can't get a grinder, obviously. You can use a high power blender to actually blend. I've forgotten the watts that can be used, but if I remember, I'll put it in the description box so that you can try it out. So yeah, I'm just going to be doing my last wash, as you can see, and then one last ingredient, ginger. I love ginger in my pap. A lot of persons add cloves and different other spices, but I just love it. I just love ginger only, and that's it. So just enjoy the video. So this is what it looks like. We're back from the grinders, and I have my sieve. I had to look for a bigger bowl to wrap the sieve around, making sure I tie the bottom so that it's strong enough for me to sieve the pap. So a lot of persons like to add enough water into the mixture and then just sieve and then wash and sieve, but I just like to do mine straight up from the grinders. So I'm just adding that and then adding my water and then washing the pap as I showed, and I'll show you guys what the shaft looks like in a minute. So this is what the shaft looks like. For some people, they like to put it back in the bucket and add more water so they can get more juice from it. If you like that, then that's your choice, but I didn't because I washed it thoroughly. So these are the two buckets I derived. I'm going to leave this, cover them both, and then leave them to settle for some time. At least an hour is fine. And you can see in this bucket, you can see the pap down and then some clear water on top. So I'm going to try and scoop out some of the water and then leave the pap for a while. Now it's time for me to do the final work. It can be very hectic, I know, but this is the last of the last. So this is called a Muslim bag, but I didn't have one, so I opted out for a pillowcase I wasn't using anymore. In fact, it's a new pillowcase that I barely used. So you can opt for this, but make sure it's a thick one and not a light pillowcase. So I'm using this. I'm pouring out all the juice into the bag, and then this works very well. Trust me, you see the end product and you know why I'm emphasizing on the fact that it works very well. So if you don't have the Muslim bag, you can use this instead. So I'll be scooping out everything like that I derived from the pap, scooping everything back into the Muslim bag or pillowcase. As you can see, I'm pouring the second bucket as well, and then scooping the ends and putting it into the bag, making sure I tie properly and I'm able to get excess juice. So this is it on my sink, and I'll be adding the mortar on top of it to drain the excess water. And this is the final look. You can see it's fully dried, properly dried, and I can't wait to taste this pap. I tell you, like, my nose was hey, the ginger and all. I'm making this tonight. So because I started early, I was able to get this early, but if you do this in the evening, then you have to put the mortar till daybreak, like till the next day. But I was able to get this before evening, as I started early. I think I started by around 9 a.m. in the morning, so I was able to finish at about 2 or thereabout. Yeah, so I have some nylons and I'll be packaging my pap to keep in the freezer. This will help my pap to last long. So for some people, they don't like to use this method. They just drain the water, the white water on top, and then leave the pap to settle, and whenever they want, they just scoop out from beneath. But the problem with that is you have to remember to always put in water every day, like change the water every day, so it helps to preserve the pap. So for some people, they don't like that because they tend to forget to change the water and pap might go bad. But for me, I find that this is easier, especially with the fact that to an extent I have constant light. So if you don't have constant light, you can opt out for the second option, but for this is fine for me. So I'm also going to show you can also use your Ziploc to store. If you don't have bags like this, you can use your Ziploc to store, but you can store in chunks so that whenever you want to make your pap, even though it's frozen, you can just take out a chunk or two and dissolve in your cold water before you add your hot water. So yeah, this is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that you're notified whenever I drop a video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.